I do have the bigger heat exchanger from Palm Beach Dyno, but just in the sense of trying to keep cooling and stuff, and it not being super necessary. I opted with the smaller one. It seems to be working pretty well. So took the lines, ran the lines through the firewall, as you can see there. BMR's block off plate, drilled a couple holes through it, 1.25 inch, maybe we drilled 1.5 inch holes with 1.25 inch grommet. No, they're 1.25 inch grommets, 1.25 inch holes. Fed the heater line through. Evil Energy heater line, same thing. Evil Energy heater line, super built up, works great. Zero issues with it myself. And the tubing, as you can see, for the air intake, it goes through the car there. We had to make a custom flange for this. It also worked really well. Radium coolant reservoir. As you can see, the coolant reservoir here there was no way for it to fit in the factory location in the front, so used this, mounted it over here. No issues with that as of yet. Here inside the car's a rat's nest. Right now we're kind of working on it, so as you can see, the battery charger and stuff in there. But tube runs all the way through the car back to this dual intercooler back here. Water fed by this tank here. This was a PNR tank with a 400 CPA or whatever pump, one of the best pumps that's on the market as far as being able to move water. This thing was pretty pricey though. This thing cost $1,000. The intercooler back there wasn't too bad. I think that thing was $600. And as you can see, the tubes come for the actual filters and intakes actually are fed out of the back seat there. Plan is to aqueduct those to the rear windows. Those actually run through this panel that we made in the floor and directly down to the turbos. That's where the turbos get their air and stuff fed from. So interesting setup there for sure. Working on it's not the end of the world. I mean, the cage definitely makes things a little tough, but when it comes to working with a lot of it, definitely easy to have a bolt-in rear window that you're able to remove and take out of the way. Even can go as far as to remove that rear panel there, which we made bolt-in, that connects the trunk to the window. And then, as you can see, we've also added the GT3 style rear wing on the back, which they don't have the elements hooked up to right now, but that's kind of the package in entirety. So battery located on the floor there, makes ease of access for all the electronics and stuff. I mean, there's a V-box, there's the radio, there's the coolant pump, there is what did I say, the intercooler pump, the Motec. I mean, there's so much stuff under here that has to be powered. We're gonna make a bracket for the transmission control module, but right now it's just kind of zip tied up here to the roll bar up out of the way. Fuel gauge here for the fuel cell in the back. Flagtronics system. Not happy with the rear view mirror. I'm not able to see much with the rear view mirror at all, but I'm gonna weld a tab on that front bar up there and put a rear view mirror in it lower where it's easier to be seen. So a little more than just a turbo kit here, as far as showing you guys, but more than anything, I want to show you guys the car, show you guys the turbo kit, where things have gotten with this so far. I would consider what we've done a success between myself and Serpent Stangs. To make this car compete in a 100-mile, 70-minute race, full out the whole entire time. That race, the only issue that I had was oil temperatures. The oil temperatures were getting hot. I mean, they were in the 300 to 350 range towards the end of the race quite a bit. And I actually backed out of that race because I was kind of concerned with the oil. So what I have here is MMR's oil cooler line adapter kit. And let's see, and the fittings that allow you to adapt the factory oil cooler to AN fittings. And so the plan is to run the oil lines out of the filter housing into the actual oil cooler itself. So to go on one side of the oil cooler, out of the other side of the cooler, across the car, and then into this cooler over here, which we kind of custom fab the ducting to make it work. Right now it's just an Evil Energy cooler. I've actually had an issue with this cooler being able to hold the transmission pressure when we used it as a secondary cooler for the transmission before giving that transmission cooler there, like the ram air effect. flipping that up and giving it the ram air effect actually fixed this to entirety. I have no issues with transmission cooling at all since doing that, and that is even without having it ducted. So we're going to utilize this space now for oil cooling, and hoping between the two coolers that cools it down enough to be able to see cooler temperatures and stuff. So I don't know if there's anything else to speak about here. Sensor, ran a sensor for E85. That's flex fuel sensor for E85. Motion Raceworks adapter. Couple of them out there on the market. Just chose them because they're only about 10 or 15 minutes from where I live. So just went up there and picked it up. And yeah, guys, that's it. So back to what I was saying. All good. Hope you guys like the car, the overall of the car. I'm not the greatest with doing all these, walk around videos. It's a lot of time of talking and things like that. If there's anything that anybody wants to check out any further, want me to do a video on something specific, how we did it, I can definitely get into to more detail on it for sure. If there's anything that anybody wants to know how to do in the future, I'm always more than willing to help, any guy, especially any GT500 guys. But this build, this setup, this custom setup does not just pertain to being a GT500. At the end of the day, what was done realistically could be done to any 5.0 Coyote. You don't have to start with a $90,000 plus platform. I wanted to do it with a Shelby. Been a Shelby guy forever, as long as I could remember. I always wanted one, and now out here, with Ford Banger back here and Junkyard Dog up here. So super blessed to be able to do this. Super happy to be able to work with Serpent Stangs and the guys that I've worked with. Corbin over at Johnson Tuning and his Motec skills. That guy's an absolute wizard. So yeah, I'm going to continue on what I'm doing here, working on some front splitter stuff. Try to take the downforce of what the rear wing's gonna make and make it work with what's in the front. So if you guys haven't subscribed, Carter Racing 563, appreciate anybody who subscribes, and we're gonna go out to Mid Ohio, I think, this next weekend, and try to kick some ass. So try to do some video while I'm out there, and see you guys there. Junkyard Dog out.